Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Sorry for all the noise. The fans over there drying off our hood. That was probably in the previous week's project. And what we're doing today is actually installing new cabinets so that we can take care of the mess that's behind me. It's been like this for a while. I've needed more storage and I finally just went ahead and broke down and got some more cabinets. So let's go ahead, get this area cleaned up first, then we'll start the install on the cabinets. All right guys, so we're gonna be installing this Gladiator cabinet with the associated racks. Alright guys, you saw us just cut down these two pieces. So the longer piece is 48 inches long, and these two shorter pieces are now 28 inches long. So what that gives us 76 inches, and that's exactly how long it is between the frame and the wall. So now we've got tracked the perfect length to go down for the top and bottom of this. So now that we've cut the track, we'll be able to actually install the stuff. We got to find the studs, mark our holes, and go ahead and get everything drilled and screwed. Alright guys, we got the first row of the rack on. It is 100% level. So we got the first row of the rack. We've got to basically extend this second row of the rack all the way to the door. Alright, so we got both racks installed. They're all leveled and the screws are tied into the studs behind it, so we're good there. Same thing with the bottom. Pretty much once you get one of the racks good to go, you pretty much can line up visually where the bottom row will go or the top. It depends which one you do. And your screws and bolts will all line up. So now that we've got all the rack in place and ready to go, we can go ahead and get one of the cabinets up. Alright guys, you saw us hang the cabinet behind us. I opened the doors, I tightened. There's 4 half-inch bolts on the inside that you need to tighten down. We got all that tight. And this actually is not going to be the only cabinet that we're putting in. I actually have another cabinet on order, and I need to go order a third cabinet. But basically, we're going to have a wall of cabinets from this corner here and another one to the left. So this middle one's going to have to get shifted down a little bit. So our next piece of cabinet showed up. This is a new age product corner unit. If you guys can see that right there, it's you know, like I said, it's a corner unit, and its part number is 50001. And so basically this is the Bold 3.0 series in gray. Yes, I know it's a different cabinet brand than Gladiator, but Gladiator does not sell a corner like that. I thought about buying a Gladiator kit, cutting it up, trying to make it fit. When this cabinet exists, it was sub 200. I think it was like 180 bucks for this kit. And the colors should blend in pretty well. I mean, everything's about a dark gray color, so the color should be pretty close. And the other thing is, I had the same setup in my old garage, and I absolutely hated having a corner with no cabinets there and just a waste of space. That way we're utilizing 100% of our storage, maximizing all that, and we don't have a weird corner that you can't stick anything in. Alright, so I cut all the plastic straps, those all came off, took the top off, and then I wanted to show you how this is going to work. So if you measure from the back of the panel to the corner, that's 12 inches. All the Gladiator cabinets that go up the wall are also 12 inches deep, so this should sit right in between the two Gladiator cabinets, 12 inches out, 12 inches out, and have a crystal clear corner right there. Alright guys, here is the cabinet all unboxed. Here's the hardware that comes with it and the instructions. The instructions are kind of universal. They don't really give any specific instructions per cabinet per se, but the angle brackets that they send don't really make sense. What I mean by that is, like, it doesn't look like these will line up like that, line up like that. The only thing I can think of is somehow you put this in the corner of the wall and you screw it, you know, something like in the back. Maybe something like that, but that'd only be one point of support on the back, and then on the sides I guess you would screw into the other new age cabinets if you had them. Well, obviously we're not gonna have that in this situation. So what I think I'm gonna end up doing, I think I'm gonna go ahead and order a set of Gladiator brackets and just cut them down to fit. All right guys, so we're picking up where we left off on the New Age cabinet, that corner piece. Well, as you guys can see, we do have a bracket down here. And what you guys see over here is actually a Gladiator bracket. They sell them in 3-packs, it includes the hardware. And so what I'm gonna do is, since there's 3 of them, I need 4 of them. The 3 pieces will fit just fine, but the 4th one, I think what we're gonna do is we're just gonna use the, the pieces that we're trimming off. We can just go ahead and attach them to the side of the cabinet. And so that 3-pack will actually become a 4-pack because your brackets are 30 inches long and the cabinet is only 21 inches long. So you've got roughly 9 inches there, and 2 or 3 of those should make up. Heck, just 2 of them is 18 inches. So that'll be more than enough that we're gonna need to get these brackets attached. And you guys can see that, we kind of just use the Gladiator style mounting holes. We use their hardware. I drilled a hole through the cabinet. I also drilled a hole through the bracket because, as you guys can see, we're essentially going to be cutting off this edge. So I will mark the hole somewhere over here. I'll drill it with, obviously, a round drill bit. And then that metal that's made out of is pretty, I don't want to say thin, but it's pretty easily grindable. So I'm just going to use a square file, actually this one right here. Use a square file, round off those holes, and that way the Gladiator bolt, because it has a square head on the edge of it, will go in there, stay in place. And then you're able to tighten it from the inside, using a 1/2-inch wrench. Alright guys, you saw us put the corner piece in, and as you guys saw, I hung the top brackets. Those were already attached. I knew where those were going to go. And as for the bottom brackets, as you guys saw just a little bit ago, I slid them back behind the cabinet and found the spots where I needed to drill and screw it, and that's what we did. So this corner unit is officially done, and we do have one more cabinet for here. We've got a couple other updates for this corner. As you can see, we are not in the shop right now. We're actually headed up to Home Depot because that's actually where we've ordered the last 2 pieces of this whole little shop update. And I ordered the one piece like 2 weeks ago, and that actually got there probably like 4 days ago, but I actually ordered a second piece, and that just got there this morning. So I didn't really want to drive all the way out because it's on the other side of Lake Norman. It's in Cornelius, North Carolina, and I simply didn't want to head out there twice because it is a little bit of a drive. So both those items should be waiting at the Home Depot. I'm going to go pick those up, and we'll head back and start finishing out this project. Alright guys, so we were here at the Home Depot for like 20-30 minutes just because customer service, waiting for items and stuff. But we do have our cabinet, and if you guys can see in the back, do have our tracking system. So basically what we have is another Gladiator cabinet and then the Gladiator track system to put underneath it. So now that we got this, we're all loaded up, let's head home. Alright guys, so we got the 24-inch cabinet opened up and out of the box. This is the Premier one, so it's all welded. There's no screw or attachments that you have to do. So it comes assembled. You will see the door is loose. That is because they give you the option of actually flipping the door to either side. I think we're going to actually keep the door the way it's facing. The other thing we'll have to do is actually install the magnetic strip There's one inside of here. And I think we'll install that on the side or top or bottom. I'm not really sure where that goes. I'll have to read the instructions. But install the magnetic strip, tighten down the door, and then we're able to install the bracket. The one thing I did notice, this only came with one bracket. The 30-inch cabinets come with two, so that's a little bit different. I suppose if we have a problem, we could always try to find a stud and screw in through the bottom of the cabinet. So, but now that we got that all set up, let's go ahead, we'll get the bracket installed, we'll get the cabinet on the wall. So you can see we got the bracket installed, and we used a 1/2-inch wrench on the inside of the cabinet to tighten the nylock nut to this hardware. And you'll also see that I did put the magnetic strip here vertically along this edge. That way it shuts and it won't swing open. So. Alright guys, well that officially wraps up the last cabinet install in this corner. You guys will know that this entire 3 boxes are all new, the tracking's new behind it. So we have the new age cabinets cornering in it, we got the new to me Gladiator cabinet, and then we got the 24-inch Gladiator cabinet. And as you guys can see, we don't even have like a 1/16 of an inch spare in space, so we're good there. I did mention I might try to put some screws into here, just not sure if we will. You know, there's a little bit of space here on the bottom on each side, but unfortunately I think our studs are here and that screw hole is there, so I would have to drill another set of holes if I really thought we needed to put a, you know, another anchor on this. So, but I think for now, I think we're good. And there you go. Oh, and another thing, the door. The reason we don't have the door swinging out this way, I don't want that to interfere with anyone coming out of into the garage and potentially hitting their head on a door. So that's why we have it going that way. Not a bigger deal. Alright guys, so you just saw us cutting the gear wall track behind us. As you guys know, we've installed this in the past, so there's really no point. Basically line up your studs, drill your screws into it, and make sure you're, get as many screws into this as possible. And the track system will screw right to the wall. So as you guys can see, we have the, the row that we put in for the cabinets, and then after that I put it in those 2 pieces. So the way the gear track comes, it's actually 96 inches in length. And we obviously don't have 96 inches, we have just about 76 inches in length here. So that's what I cut it down to. I did have to fine tune it a little bit. I used my, basically my angle grinder with the grinding disc on it. And just a little bit of fine tuning on one of the edges, and we were able to get that in. So you guys will actually see my woodworking clamps here. And what I did, I was actually able to put them in the grooves and tighten them in together, so that way this gap here is all nice and tight. And so by using those woodworking clamps, one on each far side of the piece, I was able to get it into the channel, get everything all together, and we got the bottom piece in. The top piece we just lined up with the track that was already here for the cabinets, got it up as close as possible, lined up all the screws with the studs, and just put a layer in, and that's pretty much it. So that's actually gonna be the end of the video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, hit that like button. If you want to see more truck, Corvette, or shop updates, hit that subscribe button, turn on your bell notifications. And if you guys want to help support the channel, check out the links down below. I'll try to have links to the cabinets. The New Age cabinet, I ended up getting that directly from New Age. I'm not sure. I'll find that online. You may find that. But everything else we should have links for, and those links will all be down below. And make sure you check out our website, BonecrrusherSS.com. Thanks guys. Have a great one.